I'm just swiveling around so you get a look at the environment here. I'm at home, as we all are now, and I'm enjoying the quiet, the time to catch up with everything. And this is my big front window, which I will take you to at a certain point and show you my view of St. George and the Canyonlands here. I am happy to be with you to describe a somatic process. I'm in my easy chair here, but I'm leaning forward so that I can better describe this process, and I better fix my hair. Very good. I invite you to do the Seahorse. Amanda Williamson has been sharing her wonderful videos with us, and she has featured the craniosacral system and the craniosacral fluid, and I interpret this fluid as meditative. It's very slow, and I have a process in the work that I do called the Seahorse. It's part of land to water yoga. Of course, the Seahorse belongs to the water, and the watery, slow floating motion of the craniosacral fluid. So it is my belief that we can access that system with the Seahorse. Whether we do or not, the Seahorse is very calming, and it is accessing all the systems of the body to calm and make our lives more resilient. So here's the Seahorse. I'm just going to describe it instead of showing it to you, because I learned how to describe movement through the Feldenkrais work, and that it is better when people are in a process that they're figuring out on their own. If it's a gentle process and they're not doing exactly what you describe, it doesn't matter. Eventually they will catch up, or you will catch up with them, and it will be so-called right. There is no right way to do this, so let's just begin. Please lie down on your back, anywhere on a soft place, on a rug, on your carpet, or it can be on a hard floor. Feldenkrais said the harder the surface, the greater the change. Bring your feet to stand on the floor, so your knees are pointing toward the ceiling, and your knees will be bent, and your feet will be resting with their soles of the feet on the floor. Your knees will be bent, and your body will be in a reclining position, but the soles of your feet will be on the floor. This allows the low back to fall into the floor. This position alone is restorative. So when you're feeling stressed, get on the floor and come to this position. I call it reclining mountain. The legs are in a kind of small mountain position, and you are reclining. Now focus on your breath. Pranayama, the breath of life. Your breath. And when you're ready, notice when you breathe in that the low back could lift a little bit off the floor, that the navel would lift to the ceiling on the in-breath. On the out-breath, the navel would fall down and back toward the floor and your spine. Continue to breathe, and you will find way to become conscious, I'm sure, of how the lifting of the breath in the lifting of the in-breath can lift the back slightly off the floor. And when you breathe out, let the back relax into the floor. Slowly, softly, gently. When I was in Japan, I learned how to teach with this direction, Yasashiku Yawarakaku. I still love it. It's a single direction for softly, slowly, gently. Yasashiku Yawarakaku. Let the breath continue this way. You might notice when you breathe in that the breath travels up the spine a bit, at least the muscular response travels up, and it will affect the neck and head. Relax your neck and head and let them move as they wish with the breath. With the in-breath, there's a slight movement through the neck and then, of course, up into the head. With the out-breath, another movement. The response I would be seeking if I were taking you more into form instead of simply a fluid world would be with the in-breath that the chin would come down a little closer to the manubrium, this sweet spot at the top of the clavicle. And when you breathe out, the head would lift up and the head would tip back a little bit. The chin would lift up. So when you breathe in, the chin, if it wants to, comes down just a bit. When you breathe out, the chin comes up. The whole head, spine, back are in a beautiful wave. This is the floating of the seahorse and the floating of the cranial sacral fluid. Let it be soft and still softer. Yasashiku Yawarakaku. Thank you so much. And Amanda, if you want to add this to one of your videos, feel free to do it. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free.